Woke up slow, windows wide, coffee's warm, light feels right. Just one text made me smile. Ain't love, just your style. Don't need much.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through a quick 15-minute winter-inspired glam using the $8 lip kit that I got off of Amazon. Hey friends, hope you are doing well. I know I haven't made a video in a while, so I decided to film this Get Ready With Me so that I could just have a little bit of a chit chat with you. And I decided to do a voiceover instead of talking to the camera, just to kind of play around and see what works best for you guys. So if you're new around here, my name is Terry. I'm a Filipino American and I live with complex PTSD, anxiety, and depression. And on this channel, I really want to talk about my recovery methods, healing methods, things that I use just on an everyday basis to cope with symptoms related to complex PTSD. Personally, I feel like complex PTSD and a lot of mental health illnesses are overlooked or misunderstood. When we think of anxiety or we think of depression, a lot of times people think, they kind of shrug at you and they're like, oh, that's no big deal. But when you're living with it and you battle those symptoms every single day, it can be very difficult just to get through the day. Sometimes you are curled in a fetal position on your couch or in your bed because you just can't get through the motivation to get out of bed. Sometimes your anxiety levels are so high because you're thinking about having to be exposed to groups of people. Having to just mentally prepare yourself to interact with the general public can be very, very challenging, because if you are somebody who battles with anxiety, depression, and you're a very introverted person, just the energy required to interface with the public, again, it's very challenging. So what I'm hoping to do on this channel is, like I said, share some insight on how I navigate living with complex PTSD, anxiety, and depression so that I cope and I'm able to get out of bed. I'm able to face the day. I'm able to say, hey, I am strong. I am resilient. I can do anything that I set my heart and I set my mind to. So you're going to hear me talking a lot about self-care, because self-care is the number one symptom management strategy that I use. And self-care looks very different to a lot of people. For me, that is doing something as simple as making my bed in the morning when I get up. It's also getting ready. So it's doing my skincare routine in the morning, doing my makeup. These things take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, but they really set your day up in a positive light so that you can face the day in a very healthy and a very contained environment where you've created this atmosphere that's positive, that's loving, that's self-affirming. Another thing that I do is I take my dog for a walk. I try to take my dog for a walk first thing in the morning so I can feel the sunshine on my face. I can feel the wind on my cheeks or through my hair. I can smile at my dog, hearing him just enjoy smelling different smells as we, go throughout our walk around our neighborhood. Now, to the everyday person, these might sound like very simple tasks to do and that don't require very much energy. But when you battle anxiety and depression and complex PTSD, these things are actual tasks that require energy and motivation to accomplish. And so when you wake up and you decide, because it is a decision, you decide today is going to be a freaking great day, I'm going to start it off right. Again, make your bed. It takes 3 to 5 minutes to do. It's your first task that you can set and you can say, hey, I've accomplished that. The next thing is doing your skincare routine, waking your face up, waking your body up, showing yourself that self-love by promoting healthy skin. And that is going to help with your confidence. All of these things really tie into how we feel overall, and how we feel truly, truly, truly matters. I know when I am in a depressive funk, I feel like I don't matter. My feelings don't matter. I've been told before that life has to go on, so it doesn't matter how you feel. And that's a horrible thing to say to somebody. So to the person who said that to me, shame on you, because everybody's feelings matter, humans matter, and When you disregard somebody's feelings, you are disregarding who they are as a person, really. You are telling them that they don't matter, that their feelings don't matter, and that they are invalid. So do not surround yourself with people like that who tell you that your feelings don't matter because life has to go on anyways. Life does have to go on, but your feelings are 110% valid. All of the trauma, all of the struggle, all of the chaos that you have gone through, it all matters. And unraveling that chaos, unraveling that trauma, unraveling all of the situations that you have been through, it takes time because it was years and years likely that you went through all of these things. So I have tried to give myself a lot of grace as I've healed through the different challenges that have presented themselves in my life. The first thing that I started to do again was self-care. I started going to trauma therapy. I'm a big believer in trauma therapy or just therapy in general. I think everybody could benefit from it. So I know an online platform that you can use that I've used is called Sondermind. Another one is BetterHelp. That's another common one. All I can say is it takes some time to find a really good therapist, but please, you are worth it. Take some time, get to know these therapists, look at their profiles, start to recognize what are some things that you personally need help with, and look at their profiles, see, hey, am I a match with this therapist, or, do I need to explore another person that maybe is a little bit more trauma focused based, or are there somebody who, doesn't necessarily need to treat trauma-based things, but maybe they need to be experienced with anxiety and depression and mental health. There are so many different types of therapists out there. There's so many different modalities that you can go through. I tried to do EMDR. Personally, that didn't work for me. It was very, very hard for me to sit in my trauma and to try to get through EMDR. So that was not a good way for me. CBT type therapy, talk therapy, things like that worked really, really well for me. So you've got to take the time to give yourself some grace. And again, have these self-help methods in place so that when it doesn't work out with a therapist, you don't turn to self-sabotaging methods like I'm sure you've done in the past. I've done that over and over again in the past. And when something happens, like I lose a job, I lose a friend, I lose a relationship, I beat myself up 10 times more than the average person. I feel like an immense failure, and then that creates this very negative loop in my mind. And so that's why I wanted to start sharing what I've done, because I have I feel like successfully navigated these symptoms over the course of the past 4 years, and I am doing exceptionally well. Again, I take the time to make these little tasks a priority, and I make myself a priority every single day. So I'm sorry for chatting your ear off. Let's talk more. I'll see you soon.